Yo, what's up, guys? It's Ricky Rojas here, representing Team Bible Study, new up-and-coming team. All right, check us out. We got a Facebook page. All right, we got a YouTube channel. I went 6-0 today with Machine Therium, with the Earthbox Therium. I played against a couple of good players and a couple of good decks, so I thought I should showcase this. I played against 2 Sword Soul, 1 Dragon Link, 1 Despia, a going second Trickstar deck, and Eldritch. So it was like a pretty good variety of decks, and the deck performed really well. I kind of sacked a couple of my matches with like one-ofs, but like I guess that's how Earthbox works. So let's just get into the deck. Shout outs to everybody on Bible Study, Hassan the cameraman, thank you bro, I appreciate it. I also played him in round 4, I opened D-Barrier game 1 like a champion.
What a god.
I also want to shout out Michael, Steven, Alejandro, Ryan, Nick, Louis, Javi, who I sacked round 1, so many players, Sammy, Lewis, there's so many of you, like thank you everybody. Okay, it's not that serious, not that deep. Alright, start off. I played only 3 hand traps, 3 ash. I think it's like mandatory right now. Card's insane. And then let's get into the engines. So for the Machina engine, I played the gear frame, 1 Unglaspar, and then 1 of each of the powerhouses. So you always search this guy off of gear frame. Gear frame is the best normal summon in the deck, and just like the second best card in the deck after like the card that searches gear frame. This is super good. You don't want to change these ratios. If you want to know more about like what the combos are and what the cards do, I would check out Super Lado and the Earth Machine Discord. They're like super cool, and they like always help me test the deck. And I actually got some of the ideas from him. So I'm not gonna go through like exactly what the cards do, just what the deck profile is. So I played 2 Harvester, 1 Ancient Gearbox, 1 Infinitrack Brutaldozer, 1 Infinitrack Trencher, and 1 Infinitrack Tunneler. So before today, I was playing a second Trencher, and I was playing a 3rd Harvester because I just wanted to see the Infinitrack cards more. But I found that like the Therians kind of add a level of consistency that like they're an extender in their own way, because when you get hand trapped, like they let you end on a negate no matter what. And I just kind of wanted to like play a lot of defensive cards for my bad matchups, so this felt fine. Yeah, I wouldn't change it for now. So for the other extenders, I played 2 Regulus. Yo, alright guys, listen, this card is cheating, okay? This is the best card. This card was insane. I don't know. This card really felt like cheating today. It was so good. I played these 2 guys as well, whatever, ignore them. This guy is so good. I also played 1 field spell, so I played 3 copies of him. And like in the future, I would play 3 and a field spell. I would play 4, or maybe even 5. Like, I don't know, he's just so good. I wanted to see him in every match. I didn't lose a single game where I saw him. He was just so good. And then for your spell starters, you play 3 Urgent Schedule as a starter going 2nd, 3 Mock and a Redeployment, the best card in the deck, because this card by itself is like a huge board that you can look up the combo. And then 2 Heavy Forward. This is like a starter / extender. This can be a 1-card starter, but it also can search Brutaldozer if you get ashed on gear frame, so it's good. And then for the power 1-ofs. So I played Call by the Grave, that's obvious. And then I played like Change of Heart and Monster Reborn. So this card is just good in the deck, I think. This card just summons back to level 10. It just applies pressure, it's a body. I just think this card is super good. It also like twice today in the tournament it hits snow. And like just getting rid of snow and Book of Moody, something your opponent does, is super good. And if they want to use snow early, then that's fine, because that card's really good against me. And then Change of Heart, I honestly just played it for the memes. It came off the list, so I wanted to try it. It was cool. I saw it twice and it was really good both times, but I was going 2nd, so whatever. It was cool. I don't know. And then the best card in the deck, 6 Floodgates. We used to play Gozen and Rivalry, but this card is just better now, because the best decks are Sword Soul and Despia. Your worst matchup is Sword Soul, so you want to play this card. Despia is not Funitis, you want to play this card. You beat all the rogue decks. You beat like the Link decks. Like you beat Sky Striker, you beat Eldritch. So like it doesn't matter if your cards are dead in that matchup, because your Earth Machines carry you in that matchup. So, and also 2 the Trap. 2 feels perfect. I wouldn't play 1. I wouldn't play 3.
Very nice.
And then
it's 40 card main deck.
Clean. Don't play more than 40 in this deck. Don't play more than 40 in this deck. You want to see redeployment 1 in 3 games. You want to see gear frame 1 in 3 games. Just keep your deck 40. You want to see those cards. You can even play Upstart if you want to in place of the Change of Heart. It's good. For the extra deck, 2 Goliath. I think 2 has become kind of more standard now instead of 3. For 3 was like the standard for the longest time, but people started like comboing better and realized that you could combo with 2 and you just need to utilize it better. I made a lot of turn 1 Zeuses for like 3 with this guy on board, like it happened twice. where like he just leaves the field and then you attach him to Zeus, so you have 2 Zeus swipes on turn 1. Super good. Platinum Gadget is necessary for your combos. This is kind of like your boss monster in a way. Like he just summons back your level 10s. He lets you dodge Imperm, Baylor. He's really good. Play 4 Genius, super good. Beats Floodgates. Yeah, I don't know. Card's crazy. Beats Tri Brigade by itself. Ancient Gear Ballista. This card made like 3 Eldritches 0 today, so that's cool. And then Asa. So I play this because I played Mind Control and because I played Monster Reborn, so I want something to link off. And also, like, it just searches like a monster in your deck, so it's actually not bad. Like, I just ended on it once. It's fine. The card's cool. And then for the XYZs, Gigit, need it for the combo. This guy, you go into him every game. He's insane. Earth Slicer. This is the 3rd best one. I go into this like all the time. You go into this guy turn 1 to pop your own monster to summon Citadel. So your end board now, 1 card is like is the Therian Negate and Citadel. So super good. Phantom Fortress, enter Blafnir. I'm thinking about cutting this card just because turn 1 you always go into Earth Slicer anyways. So like it's just not as good. It's just kind of in there to banish Lord and like other cards that need to be banished, like all other problem cards, Shen, stuff like that. I don't know. It's still okay. And then for the trains, I played 2. This is for time. This is for all the other situations. I didn't go into either of them today. Leave, didn't go into it today. Zeus made this guy like 8 times. MVP. Alright. And for the side deck. So the side deck is wonky, but it's like on purpose. Like there are cards that I side out in matchups and cards that I side in matchups, and like it's built very specifically. I would make exactly 1 change to the side deck, and it's because I just couldn't find a card. So 3 Nibiru. This is like Sorcel, Despia, almost everything. The thing about your deck is like Despia can't play slow versus you because you outgrind them, so they have to play fast. And when they play fast, like using Nibiru, so it just becomes much better in that matchup. Whereas like if you were playing like a control deck, like this card would be way worse. 2 Token Collector. It was good when I saw it. You just want to play 2. It's like the second one is always useless, right? So it's like one of those hand traps, kind of like decent thing. And then I played 1 Crow. So this card should actually be like, I don't know. This card just didn't come in, and like I didn't have the space for like siding in against Despia. I just did the math wrong. So like I actually don't know what this card could be. You could side the Change of Heart and then main deck like an upside or something, or main deck the 3rd Therian is probably what I end up doing. So, and then 2 Shared Ride. Again, this is for ratios. This card was like okay. It didn't perform super well, but in testing it was better. But it's good against Despia. You draw a bunch of cards and like then you Nibiru them so you don't die. Because like they search 15 times. And if they want to play slow, then that's fine. Like you don't care. You'll outgrind them. Mystic Mine, or Terraforming Mystic Mine. Don't hate me. I like winning games. I didn't get to do it to anybody, but it's good in theory. For back row, these cards. Just 4. And then 1 Rivalry. This is because like ratios are kind of fucked. And like I wanted to try Threatening Roar, but I couldn't find a Threatening Roar. So I'm not joking, by the way. I really want to try that card because I've heard that card's good in this deck, but I couldn't find it.
And so DD Crow essentially is like your flex spot in the
DD
side deck?
DD Crow is for sure the flex spot. Like if I were to, like I said, if I were to make any changes, like you could change this card around. It's just like a one of that I didn't know what to do with. Yeah, the reason why you play Rivalry is I wanted 9 good trap cards going first, and I main deck 8. That's the real reason. It's like because I wanted like a 9th trap card, and like it was just I wanted to have like fun with it, so I wanted to play Threatening Roar because like in theory the card's good in the deck, but I couldn't find it, so I just played a Rivalry. But this could be any trap card that's good for your locals. Like the 7 trap cards that aren't the Machina trap cards, you can swap around for your locals. If there's a bunch of Eldritch, you can play like cards that are better against Eldritch. Like you can play like Compulse, or you can play like Torrential or whatever that are like better in that matchup. If there's a bunch of Flunder, you can play Gozen Match, which is a little bit better in that matchup. Also helps other matchups. You can play Skill Drain. So just change those 7 spots to whatever's good in your meta, and then this is like fun. But yeah, again, shout out to Sunshine who hosted the event, and shout out to everybody else, and shout out to Steven, my son.
Congratulations, brother. Great work, man.
Thank you again.
Dueled your ass off today, bro.
Appreciate it.